So, Christian, what is Offset for Life and why did Panasonic decide to launch it?
At Panasonic we have, of course, a concern for our environment, which is not new. It is a part of our company philosophy, it's even in our code of conduct as Panasonic. And since 2007 we have reduced carbon emissions in the manufacturing process by 300,000 tons. A second part is not only the manufacturing process, it's also the development of new technologies and more efficient products. For example, since the year 2000, our 10,000 lumen projectors, we have been able to reduce the power consumption by 57%.
And why is this project important to Panasonic?
The demand of higher brightness projectors in the industry is growing, especially in education, in public displays, also for corporate institutions. They are demanding higher brightness projectors, which is then of course also conflicting with the overall carbon emission as it's consuming more power. So here we as Panasonic, as we want to become the #1 green innovation company by 2018, we're also looking for possibilities how to close the circle. One is, as I said before, it's the manufacturing. The other one is our behavior as a company, how we behave. The third one is the product efficiency, and now with the carbon offset for life, we are closing the circle by offering a scheme to our end users who can offset the carbon emissions which are caused during the operation of the product.
And how does the Offset for Life scheme work?
We are working together with Climate Care, who are a division of JP Morgan. And together with them, we have set up this scheme for our end users who can, at the time when they are about to select for a projector, they can calculate the impact on the carbon emissions of the product. We have developed an online calculator tool where they can input all the details about number of hours a day, days a week, weeks a year, and so on, which are relevant to calculate the carbon emission. As a result, they will get the total amount of carbon which is emitted by the power consumption. And we are investing in 3 projects. One is in Ghana for cooking pots, and 2 are wind parks in Turkey and China. So on behalf of our customers, we are investing into these three projects. And when the customer decides to participate in that program, they can order the certificates for the carbon offset at the time they purchase the product. Means they receive the projector and the certificates which they can then use for their internal CSR report and for the carbon reduction reporting.
And why should people opt into the scheme? Who are they and how can they benefit?
Mainly, of course, we are basically any customer can opt in for this scheme. It's an open scheme for any of our Panasonic projector customers. Those where it makes the most sense are big organizations, close to the government, education, big companies, car manufacturing, heavy industry, who are demanding high brightness projectors. Those companies, we can see that they are investing a lot of money in refurbishing their buildings to fit the latest environmental regulations and to overachieve those. And then, of course, when it comes to the decision of AV equipment, they sometimes have to take a compromise to say, I want to have a high brightness product, but at the same time it's consuming more power. And those customers now have the option to select a product which is basically carbon neutral during its operation.
Some people are wary of green schemes. Why is Offset for Life different?
Offset for Life is different because it's really touching the root cause of the problem. It's the power consumption as such. As I said before, the demand for AV equipment is growing, so also the carbon emissions are growing. Of course, all those elements, which I said before, it should be a sustainable solution. So really from the development, the manufacturing, the logistic process, and the usage at the end user. That's the big difference for Offset for Life. On top of that, we have been very careful in selecting the partners. For example, the carbon calculation tool, which we have launched on the website, has been evaluated and also certified by PricewaterhouseCoopers, so that there is really no ambiguity on the process as such and also the way it works.
Can you give us an example of how much carbon would be emitted from a standard installation and how much that would cost a consumer to offset?
Yes, of course. A typical university application would require 2 pieces of our BTD-Z 6710, which are wide UHGA 6000 lumen projectors. Those products usually are operated 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. Over a working lifetime of 3 years, they would emit 6.2 tons of carbon by power consumption. As an offset, it would cost about 70 euros to get this amount offset.
What are the issues that Panasonic is looking to address with this initiative, and why are they important to the company?
We are focusing on technology efficiency and optimizing manufacturing processes to reduce the carbon emissions at our side. The point at the customer side was not addressed yet, and with the Offset for Life scheme, that's the element we want to address. We are closing the circle and at the customer side, and we are offering our B2B customers the possibility to contribute positively to their own CSR targets.
Christian, thank you very much.
You're welcome.